Okay, folks, it's your buddy Mike Messier, Mike's Instant Movie Review. Just saw two movies, Passenger and Back Room. Back Rooms. Back Rooms, plural. A horror double feature. Now, on the surface, this Back Rooms A24, big release, Dolby Digital. This is the big release of the night. Passenger has been out for a week or two. Not much fan fest about that one. But, Passenger was a much tamer, less creative, less artsy horror film. Jesus, fuck. But in some ways, I have to say that I think Passenger was perhaps more just grounded in not reality, but just in basic horror storytelling. Kind of a simple, boogeyman type of story, except the twist is it's the boogeyman of the mobile home world. In case you're aware or not aware, there's always some asshole around me all the time, by the way. Everywhere I go, there's some fucking asshole that has to drive near me or walk near me. I can never have a moment of solace anymore. Oh, God. So, this movie, RVs and people living on the road and getting off the grid and all this horse shit. But here comes the boogeyman. But overall, pretty good movie. Couples might enjoy this movie because it's a couple that does the shtick. Then you have Backrooms, artsy fartsy horror, a commentary on mental illness, a commentary on just mentality, mental illness. And I thought it was fine, but it's one of these movies that it's open to interpretation and there's no concrete answers. And it's just, you know, opening a Pandora's box without closing it, and more questions than answers. And we've seen this type of shish kebab from A24 before, and they've done it more effectively. I mean, I think that Midsommar is probably my favorite horror film of the last how many years? So many years. And I believe that was a Midsommar A24 film. But this one, I just felt a tinge unsatisfied at the end of the film, as if the movie just opened too many doors, literally, without closing them, without giving any sense of closure or whatever the fuck. And just, we've seen this shit before. Found footage from 1990, supposedly. And it's not even an entire, I mean, that's kind of the new conceit or the new cheat with these found footage films. Like half the movie is found footage and half is just regular movie. So you can't even say it's an entirely found footage film. Found footage, what is that, you might be wondering? It's if you find like a camp, like in the movie, within the contents of the movie, they find a camcorder of, oh my God, this is the footage from the dead kids before they all died, like the Blair Witch, however many years ago. So, this one, Backrooms. Another thing that I've bitched about in prior reviews, the therapist character in films. It's become a real cliche, even in TV, The Sopranos, or in film around the same time. Analyze this and analyze that. And just the therapist character is such a creative cop out. You have a character that's going through some shit and they need to tell somebody about it. So who do they tell? They tell their fucking therapist. Wow. It's really just a easy way to explore craziness. And I just think it's kind of a cop out at this point. It's kind of like, if you've seen my reviews, where I analyze the line of dialogue, "Are you okay?" Just every goddamn movie has some character saying to some other asshole, "Are you okay?" And they usually say, "Oh, I'm fine." Or the other line of dialogue that's very popular these days, even in films that are taking place 30 or 40 years ago when no one said this, "You got this." If you see a film, I always cite out the George Foreman film, George. Some asshole says to George, "You got this," or "I got this." But that expression wasn't really around until about 10 years ago, okay? So, that all being said, it was a wonderful time at the cinema. I'm glad I saw this Backrooms film before other assholes started reviewing it and started spoiling it. But I don't feel it's an instant fucking classic. I don't feel it's one of the best films of the year. It's just kind of a film that's a lot older, like 45 or 50 years older. That's a lot better. Is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? Not that. No, not that. Well, that one, but also the other one, The Shining. That's a lot better than this Backrooms garbage. It wasn't crap. It was nothing new under the sun. It's, it is what it fucking is. I mean, that's the thing with these A24 films is they're trying to be artsy and different, like the mainstream artsiness, but then they just kind of copy themselves over and over and over again. Even if you look at the double whammy of perhaps Hereditary, and Midsommar, I would say that Midsommar is a lot better film, but you could make a point that it's not that much different in some regard, especially the end of both films are not that much different from each other. I could make that argument, and I just fucking did. So, in any event, folks, if you're looking for a horror, such a hard word to pronounce properly. Horror. It's like editing. I'm editing. The editor. We edited it. That's a hard word to say, edited. We edited it. We edited it. We edited it. The goddamn movie. We edited. We had to edit. We had to edit it. We had to edit it. We had to edit it. You sound like a fucking asshole. Oh, but in any goddamn way, I'm sure more people will see Backrooms because, it's going to be such a big hit. But I think for those that see Passenger, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Like I said, the nuance of that film, or the niche, the uniqueness, is in the setup that the protagonists, the central couple, are road travelers. They're RVers. So there you fucking go. So anyway, Mike's wonderful night at the movies, making artwork. If I get to a situation where I can show you my wonderful art from today, I will. New book on the market, Bad Girls with Good Tattoos by your buddy Mike Messier, available for purchase. I just wish that all the people that said they would buy my books actually did. If I had one goddamn wish, like I did see another movie, I guess it would be horror Obsession last weekend with a friend. My friend was very confused. He was speaking out loud during the fucking film many times out of confusion, and I had to explain it to him, but I don't talk during movies in theaters. That's something I do not do. So my poor friend was stranded on Confusion Island because I'm not going to explain the movie while the movie's playing. I'm sorry. But after the movie, I had to explain to him all these nuances. The wish. Once he made the wish, he was in a magical movie. What do they call it? Not magical reality or grounded magic or whatever the fuck. Uh, But I thought that movie was okay. I thought it was good. Obsession was good. This one was good. This Passenger was pretty good. I did see that. What's that? Hokum. I think Hokum was kind of pretentious. Like Hokum was a movie that's trying to play to the aristocrats of horror genre hood, and I just felt it had a little too much shine on its shit. It was just a little too leprechaun-y, a little too hoity-toity for my taste. Irish accents, I have probably a dislike for, if I were to be honest. Um, I think about certain accents that just gratiate on me. The Australian accent, about 5 minutes of Australian accent I can tolerate. Irish accent, I really don't think I like it very much. No offense, Ireland people. What else? I think an English UK, like a European English accent, I find wonderful, usually on women. For instance, the Daphne character, what's her name? Jane, the actress on Frasier. Toss salads and scrambled eggs. Calling again. Whatever, whatever her name is. An English accent is usually quite sexy. Uh, Kenzie and Noble, if you know who that is. But on a gentleman, it's annoying as fuck. No offense. Like a Hugh Grant or whoever the fuck else. An English accent on a man is just very hoity-toity, just very much like walking around with a cane. And an English accent on a woman is very sexy. That's the difference. This Irish accent, I typically just find annoying as fuck. It just sounds like they're just looking for their next pint of alcohol or pint of ale or whatever the fuck. And I can't condone it. I can condemn it, but I cannot condone the Irish accent, okay? I'm opposed to the Irish accent. I really am. So Hokum was a whatever the fuck for me. The homeless guy, the whatever the fuck. If you saw it, you saw it. Wasn't god awful. It was okay. It was watchable. But it wasn't like, oh my god, this is a great movie. And also the title was dumb. Hokum. Whatever. You have to think about these titles, folks. I mean, Christ. At least with Backrooms, okay, it makes sense. Passenger, it makes sense if you see the movie. See, those are the two types of movie titles. The type of movie title that encourages you to buy a ticket, like say a Raiders of the Lost Ark. Oh, that sounds exciting. And it gives you a sense of time and place and all that crap. And then there's movie titles that only make sense if you see the movie. You know what I mean? Like, if you see the movie and then you hear the title, it makes all the sense in the world because now you've seen the movie. Oh, yeah, that's what we're talking about. But if you don't see the movie first and you just get the title, and the title is neither here nor there, and it just doesn't encourage you to actually buy a ticket, then the title is not doing its part, in my opinion. The title should help sell the movie. The movie should not have to sell the title of the movie. Okay? And I feel like Passenger, it's pretty spot on once you see the movie. You know, but it could have been called Passenger's Curse or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? But they didn't consult with Mike Messier, and that's why their movie's not doing well at the box office. Okay. I mean, they could have called it Curse of the Open Road, for Christ's sake. I'd go see that. But these assholes don't confer with me. They just make their goddamn movies without me. So what the hell? Okay? As far as Backrooms or whatever the fuck, I don't know. Yes, it's good. It's just, I mean, it's good enough to watch. I didn't demand my money back. But can I sit here and tell you how great it was? No, because I wouldn't lie to you folks. Even though my channel is demonetized, even though there's absolutely no reason for me to continue to do these goddamn videos, I still do them once in a while because I'm a nice fucking guy, okay? So, MikeMessier.com, Mike Messier, all things Mike Messier on MikeMessier.com. I will show you this wonderful artwork as soon as I park this vehicle. What a world we live in. So full of intrigue and excitement. Hopefully I recorded the audio on this fucking video. And I didn't just do this for shits, giggles, grins, and handshakes tonight. Oh, look at this wonderful art. You can purchase my wonderful art. I do have a whatever the fuck, a spread shirt, ship shop, or whatever the fuck. You can buy my art on a shirt. You can contact me through MikeMessier.com for a private sale. Like I said, if every asshole that said they were going to buy something from me, art or a book, I'd be rolling in the goddamn dough if you people were people of your fucking word, but you're not. You say you'll do something for me and you never do, but that's okay. I'm still a nice guy about it. I'm not fucking bitter. I'm just so much more talented than most people that are famous and rich. It's unfucking believable. Unfucking real. Let me just compare talent right now. All right, that's it. Your buddy Mike Messier. Goodbye.